Lety Vasel, and Toby Forier, Pooch, and Shenise Swain, and it's Team USA controlling the tip. Going inside immediately, and Cunningham sealing and finishing.
Barnes has to be happy with what she's going to get in Cunningham. So solid, as we just mentioned, going to Arizona, but just knows when and where to get the ball on the inside.
You're fine. Stay down. Stay down.
Pooch with a strong take and a tough make.
Come on,
We talked about it, all that were on the roster, Pooch being one of them, and I think at this point, she's at 6'1". She looks so long on the field, about 6'4", but could beat everyone.
Back to back on the finishes. Cunningham connects again, 2 for 2. Saw in the scrimmage that Sue Phillips, head coach of Team USA, worked on for almost an entire practice.
It was not almost an entire practice. It was the entire practice. And Sue Phillips, her 6th assignment with USA basketball, she has 28 seasons and years with her high school team. She just understands what it takes to win.
And that's Toby Forier, a Duncan sensation with her first attempt, but it goes a little too hard. Anna Hidalgo, her first shot is off.
Go back to what D3 was talking about. And he talked about this being the first Women's Nike Summit. We have to mention how awesome that is and how the rise of women's basketball that we're seeing, especially coming off the NCAA tournament. 9.9 million viewers, the most men or women's for a college event. I think that's so cool to see the ascension of women's basketball.
Absolutely, and working with that right now, the attention that you see here, a lot of fans already in the building as we're getting started here on the West Coast, 4:30 in the afternoon, and the fans are very excited, you can tell. Headed to the free throw line, Jaden Donovan. Going to Duke next year. Guard out of the District of Columbia, or the District of Champions, depending on who you talk to.
I like that, I like that.
And she nails the free throw. So Team USA takes an early lead, 5-2. The work inside, we've seen a lot of post moves. That one just a little too hard by Lety Vasel.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing her play. She's 6'7", and watching her work out before the game. Got great footwork. Does a good job inside with her body. Looking forward to seeing how that size can help.
Pooch on the floor. Can't do the dime.
3 on the shot clock, too. They got to make sure someone's aware of that.
Never hit the rim. And it's off. Cunningham gets the board. Hidalgo right back inside. Booker denied. And you can feel the presence inside from Vasconcelos, the 6'7" center going to Baylor.
I know you're excited about this. We already talked about a couple of players that can like throw it down in this game. Well, I saw her catch an alley-oop in a video. So if we could see a couple go down today, I think a lot of the fans in this building will be very excited about that.
And I'll be one of them. I'll jump out my seat for that.
Cookies. Hidalgo with the steal.
Crafty.
The McDonald's game co-MVP reminding us of how.
I mean, she's just so solid. You mentioned what she did in the McDonald's All-American game, going to Notre Dame, also going to be able to learn from another All-American in Neil Ivey, and then she's going to be joining Olivia Citron. I mean, it's just Olivia Miles as well. I mean, the amount of talent they have in that backcourt already is going to be scary for next year.
Checking into the game, Aaliyah Del Rosario, a center that's also going to LSU. So we've talked about a National Player of the Year now, Aaliyah Del Rosario. Stands at 6'6" at center. So bringing in some size. And the foul is committed by Nunu Agaro, who is headed to Stanford. She also checks into the game.
LSU was just reloading, man.
Just reloading.
Reload and explode is what they're doing.
Alexis Morris has put her name in the WNBA draft, which is going to be on Monday. We're excited to see whose dreams are going to come true on that stage on Monday. And just being able to see how this game is growing, the talent is endless and in really good hands.
Pressure by Team USA all over the floor. And the shot, wide open look, is a little too strong by Swain. Swain gets another look. Back-to-back misses. And back-to-back offensive rebounds inside by Coot.
Good pass.
Nice
Coot,
finish.
the pride of Kenya, with the finish.
It's so crazy to hear her story, too. She played volleyball originally. She said she wanted to switch over and transition to basketball. It only took her a month to understand what she needed to do in the game. She is a raw talent.
Booker from outside, book it. So Team World has missed their last 5 shots, have not scored in the last 2 minutes, and the pressure continues to be put on by Team USA.
Both teams, though, need to make sure that they're taking care of
Thompson run. We're headed to Texas, 2-time gold medalist with Team USA, both U16 and U17. And they've had a lot of continuity with this squad.
Also, guys, keep in mind they're doing a 24-second shot clock, so we've seen a lot more possession, especially with the pressure being put on.
Wider lane, 24-second shot clock. Some differences between the local game and the international game. And these, of course, are FIBA rules. Good point, Bruce.
See how a couple of those apply. Even in the women, if we see a couple of dunks as well. Ooh. No goaltending.
So,
Great point, no goaltending.
Team USA, this is the smallest group they've had on the floor now. They've had a 6-foot center, or 6'6", I should say, center on the floor for the first couple of minutes of this first quarter.
Stay down. Stay down. Good, Jada. Stay down.
Swain, back-to-back buckets.
So that's what I was telling you in the beginning. Swain is just one of those players that knows when and where to get the basket, and I mean a much-needed basket for her team. Right now, they have the momentum. I wanted to pull it from right there.
Team World gets another possession, so they're hitting the offensive boards. Swain, she's on fire. 7 consecutive points.
No hesitation. She's cold-blooded, and she's attacking every time she got the ball.
Played for the UC Capitals in Australia, and if you're looking at her film online, I mean, you're taking notes because she can do it all.
Booker, a little too strong. And as we mentioned, Swain going into the WNBA draft, this is a good showcase for her to showcase her skills, try to improve her style.
Almost had a nice finish on the reverse underneath. At this point, as we mentioned, she's a great facilitator. How does she get everyone else involved?
KK Arnold with the tough take.
One of 2 players on this USA team that's going to Connecticut. I love how she has so many different counter moves in her bag.
The outside shot, a bit strong from Shorts. KK double crossover and a
Nice shot.
Quickly down the floor, Watkins. Anna Collins headed to Ohio State.
Her mom played ball too at West Florida. She attributes and says, hey, my mom taught me this game. She coached her as well. But I like that she's a nice athletic combo guard.
Williams, down.
Did you say that all night, Chris?
Absolutely, it's there.
Stop ball. Good.
To each other, addressing each other's middle names. So not just communication that way, but understanding how to build a chemistry on the squad.
Team World looking to find some offense without Swain on the floor. And an illegal screen called on Vasconcelos. We should note for Team USA, we have not seen Juju Watkins, the Gatorade National Player of the Year. We did see her in practice, but Booz, you have some insight on that.
Yeah, my man Ellis from USA Basketball told me that she had sprained her ankle during the McDonald's game and was going to take it a little bit easy. So if we don't see her tonight, I'm not surprised, but one of the best players that we have in America.
And if we don't see her tonight, I think everyone else has seen her at some point throughout her career in high school. I mean, one of those players that has respect across the board, has done so many great things at Sierra Canyon. So, the #1 overall player in the country. You already mentioned it, Chris, with her being the Gatorade Player of the Year as well. It's going to be unfortunate not to see her on the floor, but definitely a player that we can't wait to see on the next level.
Yes, a ton of talented guards, though, to take her place and to eat those minutes, and we're seeing the production. Speaking of which, UConn headed.
Said about her, Gina R.M. said you cannot put her into a box, and that's what makes her so dangerous.
And there's Michaela Williams with a miss inside the offensive rebound, and we're saying 18-hour flights dedicated. They had 2 extra days of practice because Team USA has some continuity, whereas this group, they're just getting together and had to practice a little bit more.
She said, I have to teach them through playing. 1 week to build a team is not very easy, but when you have some of the best talent in the world, you definitely make it work. And with this group, they understand what it takes to win. They're professionals already, and we've talked about even what it's like to be an international player. They are professionals at 14, 15 years old. So they understand how to ring the bell, how to step up each day and be a professional.
Donovan on the break. And she'll head back to the free throw line where she was the last trip down the floor. And she stands out amongst the group as far as her speed, athleticism, and ability to turn defense to offense. That's the 5th turnover on Team World. So that's an unsportsmanlike foul. So she'll get trip to the free throw line and they'll get possession.
Headed to Duke, Kara Lawson definitely has a talented individual coming in her. Celeste Taylor also.
So here's the unsportsmanlike foul called on Dursis. Essentially a take foul. They're not saying that's a flagrant. They're saying that's a take foul. You agree?
Well, I would have to. So you got 2 free throws and they get the ball back, and at this point, even with the different rules for FIBA, that's what's established in this game. And each player has to understand what the rules are.
Williams 0 for 2 from long range.
I love the pressure that Team USA is putting on the national team right now. They're all over the ball. They're knocking it. Only been together for a week and doing a great job.
Collins, cash.
And there goes the 3.
And that was a much-needed bucket as well that brings them within single digits once again, but they have to get things done and keeping them out of the paint on the other side.
J.K. Arnold and a hard fall. So it's something to keep an eye out on. Team USA's pressure has been working.
J.K. Arnold going to Connecticut. I thought it was really cool just hearing her story, but most importantly, who she's compared to. The walking bucket and Enrique Agumbawale.
Well, that's a lot to live up to.
That's high praise. That's one of our favorite players.
KK, after that hard fall, takes a seat on the bench after going to the free throw line. 11-point lead for Team USA, and the pressure continues.
Hey, stay tight, Michaela!
Fournier to the cup, contact,
Go!
no call.
Go! Back, Raina!
Halgo to Williams. Her first make from long range. You can see that at LSU next year.
I mean, it was so crazy just watching her, the spacing on the floor, how they advance the ball up the court. Like, this is a team that just hasn't had two-a-days and playing a week. They know where each person is going to be on the floor because of their experience last summer with the World Cup.
Team World still has not made a basket in the last 2 minutes. So we saw the 3 from Collins. Since then, no made baskets. Swain trying to provide the offense.
Off of the pick, especially on the wing. She's assessing what the defense is doing. That hesitation move, trying to see where her post player is going to roll, pick, pop, whatever they're going to do. calling her own number, getting to the basket, taking the contact. That's why we say at the top of the game, she's pro-ready, understands, has a very high IQ in this ball game of when and where to attack the rim.
So this is the first trip to the free throw line for Team World. So they are 2 for 2. Team USA, well, they've been living at the line. They've taken a lot more free throws. They're 10 for 12. Williams.
Be careful on that baseline. She can make some magic happen.
Looking for the assist in the push inside by Rosario. That was pretty obvious.
That was an easy one to call, right?
Both arms extended as she fought for the lead. Collins made the last basket for Team World. She's at it again.
What I saw in her tape too is that she thrives in transition. They have the numbers. She pulls up, bucket.
Bit of a shuffle of the feet, so back-to-back turnovers for Team USA, and you could feel the energy from Team World right now trying to claw back in this game.
That too. Duke in the ACC was going to be the best defensive team in the conference. Carol Lawson, that's what they thrive off of. You have the returns. You mentioned it, Boo, just how she makes offense from her defense.
Absolutely. Great job right there being a habit to fit perfectly at the boot levels.
Swain with a nice feed inside. Oh, too strong. Collins up that count, 9 points.
Shot is as smooth as yours, Chris. We saw you pregame.
You know I still got it.
Oh, that's up for debate. But that was a nice shot by Collins for sure.
Great pass, interior from Booker to Rosario. Ten seconds left in the first quarter. Great defense by Team USA. That is now 9 turnovers in the first quarter.
Welcome back to the Nike Hoop Summit here on NBA TV.
In your head and understanding when you see talent on the floor, it's hard to miss. And Shenise Swain is one of those players that walks on the floor and makes her presence known, and a big reason why they have a chance in this game, just a 10-point game.
Fournier to the bucket and 1. She's known as the dunking sensation, having won every dunk contest she's been in. You can see the hops as she takes the contact and finishes strong.
Yeah, great job faking the handoff to Swain and attacking the basket. I thought she was going to go over the top right there, but got the and one too.
I know you stood up a little bit. I was a little nervous. I thought you were going to run out on the court. I got to contain you over here.
I got a little excited.
When she jumped, I felt the table was about to flip over because the big grizzly bear was going to flip this thing over. Booker not afraid to shoot. We've seen it. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. The open look, too strong. Team World has numbers, but the pressure remains strong from Team USA. Swain, too short. Doggo on the break. And she will head back to the free throw line here in the first half.
Yeah, I just love how street throw line.
We are just into the second quarter, and these will be her 7th and 8th free throw attempts.
I already talked about her going to Notre Dame. It's Sonia Citron that she's going to be in the backcourt with Olivia Miles, who had a knee injury. She couldn't finish for postseason play, but when I say scary, watching what she can be for that roster, I mean, this is a Notre Dame team that everyone predicted they could possibly be in the Final Four. So they did have the injury bug, but seeing what she's been able to display is really impressive.
Well, you and I have discussed how great this NCAA tournament was on the women's side. That all of the 8 teams in the Elite 8 felt like any of them could have won the national championship.
Let me tell you something. You couldn't get a ticket. Like the tickets. Like I saw grown men scalping tickets trying to figure out how they could get in the building to see the talent. I mean, Caitlin Clark going back and forth, Angel Reese. You have Dawn Staley that was trying to stay perfect. Got to the Final Four. They were taken down. But I mean, even Virginia Tech and Kenny Brooks are making history with his squad. This game continues to grow. There's so many great stories within it, and I can't wait to see what the next year holds.
Excellent points that you make about the women's tournament. Toby Forier, we saw her finish on the other end and then draw the offensive foul on the defensive end. She's one of the youngest players here. So she's an underclassman from Canada.
Boost. But when you step on the floor, underclassmen, upperclassmen, wherever class you want to be, you're playing with something on your chest and the pride that goes into that. Like, you may have jitters stepping on the floor at first, but once everything settles, you're playing the game you love.
Yeah, I mean, once you're on the court, you belong. Obviously, you're playing for your country, you're playing for your national team, and that's a huge honor. And as athletes, we don't take that lightly. So all these girls out here are doing a great job of representing their country and playing their hearts out.
Donovan can't convert. The open look from long range, and that is easy money.
The lead now is cut to 4.
Yeah, Swartz, if you're going to leave her out, I mean, wide open, hand down, man down.
Yeah.
World team now 3 for 7 from long range. And the mid-range is alive.
Big bucket for Nunu. I mean, just a player that is so solid. I like that she's never sped up.
Forier taking it to the hole again. Contact as she goes up. And we have a timeout, but it's Forier. Pass it to... It looks like we had mass substitutions for both sides. And Team USA running the floor. That's the 7th turnover from Team World.
Woo, great finish right there. Beautiful job attacking the big and finds the angle to get the bucket.
KK getting buckets. She has 8 points here in the second quarter. Swain. Cole. KK pushing the pace. To the bucket. Goes back to the right hand. Del Rosario there to clean it up.
Another player that's going to LSU. You talked about it, just them reloading. Kim Mulkey, I mean, she's creating gold for LSU in her 2nd season. We know that she was a winner at Baylor. And in her 2nd season, being able to get a title with 9 new players on the roster, it's going to be crazy for next season.
So very exciting opportunity here, and you see a lot of successful players come out of this game.
When you say successful players, we were also told the first Hall of Famers, Tony Parker, Dirk Nowitzki, being inducted this year. So that's how good this has been. First year of the showcase was, of course, 1995, featuring one Kevin Garnett.
Whew. One of the best to ever do it right there. And the next year, 96, they had Dirk Nowitzki.
I can't wait till we can share those stories about the women. Like, oh, went first round and legend. That'll be nice.
I guess Swain will be the trivia question answer, right? Who was the first woman drafted out of the Nike Hoops Summit?
We'll keep that in the back pocket, though.
Back pocket. But you could tell her game is beyond her age. I think she's 17. But she's an amazing talent. She's been playing pro for a long time. Got great vision, does a great job of getting her teammates involved, and as you can see, can score from all 3 levels on the court.
Yep, so Shenise Swain, 19, just watching her play professional overseas. These are women, too, that have played internationally. We've talked about how they've competed in the World Cup and FIBA games, 3x3, 3-on-3, what people call that as well. But they've known each other, competed against one another. So while they may be wearing different jerseys, they're very familiar with each other's style and name.
Team World will maintain possession. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Under 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Swords. Too strong. And the first bucket of the game for the representative of Japan, Raina, Fuku. Shade, short.
Fuku is hilarious. Watching some of her videos about how this opportunity is amazing for us. And another bucket on this other side for the world women's side. She is a comedian. She said she's going to relish the moment when she can score over a player that's a little bit taller than her.
Crossover. Arnold heading back to the free throw line. This will be the 18th attempt for Team USA from the free throw line in Arnold.
Lip with the Liberty. That team is loaded on the WNBA side, but I mean, whew, my goodness. But some nice kicks that just dropped, actually. I was wondering we were going to see a little swag bag or something.
Well, I said to you,
Can
I
we
thought
get
that
some Ionescos?
Boo's got to get on that. I thought they were Kobe sneakers when I saw them. That's the first thing I said to you when I saw several players on the team wearing them.
And I immediately said I wouldn't be surprised if there was some type of collab. She's very close with the Bryant family, very close with Vanessa and the kids as well. And so for her to have that great relationship with the late great Kobe Bryant and everything that he taught her for her game, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of a collab and mesh there with those shoes.
So Team USA built a 10-point lead late in the first quarter, and since then, Team World has kind of held serve, Booze. Where it's just a 9-point game now.
They're doing a great job of adapting to the pressure. They're moving the ball a little bit better. The world team is doing a good job of finding cutters. They're also attacking a little bit more in transition, so that's helped them a lot to cut the lead down a little bit. But it's still a 9-point lead for Team USA.
Dursis trying to find Fournier inside. Instead, it's their 10th turnover. Booker trying to go coast to coast. Kicks it to Williams. Knocked down.
Williams is heating up.
Asher Morgan, who is National Player of the Year for a reason, can get things done on both ends of the floor.
Swords trying to go right back at you. Hidalgo gets the board. Going coast to coast. Too strong. The pace is picking up. Swords looking inside. Swords, no go. Fournier.
Ooh, good move right there.
6 points now for Fournier.
Well, now you see it, now you don't.
Nice move by Donovan, but can't get it to go. Too strong, but Dursis there on a putback, also too strong. That's what it's been for the most part since we started the second quarter. And Booms, 10 turnovers for Team World, 18-3 discrepancy at the free throw line. That's the difference in the game so far.
Yeah, big difference right there. Team USA did a great job from the opening tip, putting pressure on the world team. It took the world team a little bit of time to catch up. They're still down by 10, but doing a little bit of a better job of moving the ball around, making shots, finding the open man, or over woman, I should say. And they're picking the pace. Remember, there's a 24-second shot clock, which is a little different if you're playing FIBA rules.
Now 11 turnovers for Team World. Williams, shake and bake, can't make. And another foul inside on Team World. Hector Sanchez, the official on the call, says that it's a 2-shot foul. No, they're going to take it out on the baseline. Williams inside to Del Rosario. Soft touch, but it's off. And Team USA looking to push the pace every time they grab a rebound or get a turnover.
Well, that's the style for Coach Phillips as well. That's what she wants to do. She knows what it's going to take at the next level, and you can see the pace growing. We already mentioned just with the FIBA time with shot clock 24 seconds, but I think overall in the game is becoming faster. What they're looking for is to advance the ball and what you're going to do in the first, I would say 5 to 6 seconds of the shot clock. So overall, that pace factor is something that she said. Everyone has to touch a ball, but quickly.
Team USA with 7 steals of those 11 turnovers that they forced.
I'm not shocked at all. She said defensively, that's where our bread and butter is going to have to be. We're going to have to force everyone to make a tough shot.
Fournier in trouble. Finds Collins, who was hot in the first quarter, has not scored in the second.
She's KK Arnold on the other side. How about the pesky defense? Those are the type of plays that I get excited about. I was more of a defensive player, but when you can see a player that is
12 turnovers now for Team World. Booker. In and out. Nunu on the boards. And the theme continues. Turnover on one end, free throws on the other.
Team USA doing a great job of taking good shots and also attacking the glass. You know, that's why they're going back to the free throw line.
So for Nunu, heading to Stanford, has been very active around the glass and around the basket in this first half.
I think just active in her career is the reason why she's able to be a representative in this game. Just hearing her story, she said, I'm a gold medalist because it's been a dream of hers since she was a freshman. She credited all of her success to her trainer, Rez. She said 6 a.m. practices. He knew her goals, and so he held her accountable. And she said, no one knew me in the 8th grade, and now I get to represent my country on this stage. That's awesome.
Collins with the feed inside, and it was, look what I found here, a wide open teammate, and Nadia Pooch who finishes.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready, right?
And check this out, Carly Clark, head coach for Team World, is absolutely livid because on the previous possession, she was talking to Hector Sanchez and says, hey, 20-3, really? The free throw line? Up that count, 22-3 now. The discrepancy in free throws here in the first half, Booze.
Yeah, I mean, I think the world team has to take a note and drive the basket a little bit right there, go a little harder. Team USA's been aggressive from the tip, and so the referees are rewarding that aggression.
Way to break it down for us. 12-point difference. 2.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Pooch at it again, and she will go to the free throw line. Like you said, Booze, aggressive, active, rewarded.
Great job right there, faking the pass right there and driving to the ball hard, basket hard. You see her doing a great job of attacking the basket, and she'll be rewarded for that with 2 free throws.
So Swain checks back into the game. Remember, she had that run where she scored 7 straight points. She has 9 points total. So with 2:15 to go here in the first half, let's see if she can spark that offense a bit. It's been stagnant. Also checking into the game for Team USA, Jaden Williams, who's headed to Arizona. And she can light it up from outside. We've seen that.
Oh, absolutely. The other side, though, with Pooch, I mean, just watching her film as well with the Southside Flyers, the Aussie and what she was able to do. I love just being able to go now to YouTube or any other clip and say you can find players that were once, you didn't know about them playing overseas. This is a raw talent, just so good back at the free throw line. So those are the type of plays that's going to keep them in this game.
It's actually a side out of bounds. It looked like they were going to the free throw line. They were lining up.
I was hoping so.
Swain checks back into the game and takes a
automatic. Comes off the bench, knocks a 3 down, makes the lead go from down to 8 points. Just excited for this team. Did a great job of being aggressive right when you check in.
Rosario with the size advantage. Fournier gets the stop, and we have a player on the other end.
Yeah, she got poked in the
Madison
eye.
Booker. And Fournier finishes on one end while Booker remains down. It looks like a contact came out. She is checking out of the game. Halgo denied by Fournier.
I think that's her strongest upside defensively, being able to protect the paint.
Rosario getting into the post again. This time she draws the foul.
And I say, too, great wherewithal to understand where she needed to get the ball on the floor.
We have an update on what's happening with Madison Booker. Here is 3D.
Yeah, guys, Madison's at the end of the bench right now. Her contact did get knocked out. She's talking to the trainer right now. She's shaking her head that she's feeling better. But as of right now, she's on the end of the bench. She's not going back in the locker room, and they're trying to get her a new contact, guys.
Thanks, 3D. We should point out that Del Rosario stands at 6'6" and is being defended by Fournier, who's 6'2" and more of a wing player, if anything. So that's a lot for her to try to handle down low.
Isn't that funny, though, just our conversation with Coach Clark talking about they may be faster and stronger and taller than us, but at the end of the day, we've earned this opportunity, too. So they're not making any excuses with the disparity in the height. These are women that are feisty and go after it as well.
Hidalgo on the break. She connects with Williams, who can't connect with her bucket. But Michaela Williams there on the putback. 8-point game, under a minute to go. Williams now with 8 points.
Going to Louisiana State next year. LSU reloading.
Dursis unloads. Fournier hits the glass again and will head to the free throw line.
I see you, Fournier. I mean, relentless at the rim, doing everything she can to get a second, third, fourth opportunity.
Well, what's interesting is Coach Carly Clark told us about Toby Forier because Toby's known as a dunker, right? Anytime you have a player capable of making exciting plays like Caitlin Clark, right, shooting threes, people want to watch her flashy plays, but her impact of the game, it's blocking shots, protecting the rim, not just dunking. And that's actually what we're seeing so far here in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, when your coach can say you are disciplined defensively, that's a great foundation, which you can build off of as well. And we're not seeing her at her ceiling. So great that you can get up on the rim and, you know, be a rebounder as well. But I think her packages are only going to get better and better. Just seeing her footwork in the paint as well has been impressive in this game.
Yeah, loving her activity right now, guys. She's 17, one of the youngest girls that we have out here, doing a great job of helping her team.
35 seconds to go. 12-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Hidalgo has been off here in the first half. So we saw her set the McDonald's All-American game record for 26 points. We know she can fill it up, but she's 0 for 4 from the floor here in the first half.
And that was just last week. So the travel, how much does that come into play? Talked about for the world women where they had to come from. A nice pick on the other side. Hidalgo tripped up.
And that is Pooch on the floor with the foul. And Hidalgo, the fact that she's 0 for 4 for the floor, she is 5 for 6 from the free throw.
Here on an AT&T commercial.
Yeah.
So more than anything, it's just exciting to see how she's growing the game.
Absolutely. I mean, when you told me that story, because we sat next to each other on the plane, you were like, I just saw one of the players, Juju Watkins, in the commercial.
And there it is. Game is growing. Times are changing. And I went to school at the wrong time.
Hidalgo, 7 for 8 from the free throw line. So she has 7 points, despite the fact that she has not made a bucket from the floor. 10 seconds to go. Collins, the future Buckeye, inside to Fournier. Wow. Yes! Count the bucket, and that's how the first half ends. Team World in the floor for the second game of our doubleheader. 7-point game as we start the second half. Swain way off. Williams, National Player of the Year, too strong.
Two other defenders. How you can find touches, who's the open man, and reading the defense a little bit better in that situation. Toby Forier has impressed me so much. You talked about it, Chris, being a player, coming into this game known for what she can do and throwing down the basketball. She's showing us ball handling, being a perimeter player. At 6'2", she's at combo guard. She could be a forward as well, so she just does a lot of things well.
Guarding centers in the post, but handling the ball on the outside.
Not too bad.
Swain inside, and it's a great finish of Vasconcelos.
What a dime right there to the big Brazilian. Great finish right there in the paint.
6'7" center headed to Baylor. Halgo still looking for her first bucket. Cross court to KK. Booker from the top of the key, and she can hit it from outside.
I was going to say that as well, with the way that they've been playing a soft man coming out in this second half. They're almost daring USA to knock down the triple, so those are the type of shots Booker is going to have to take and make.
Swain will head to the free throw line. And so Swain, one of 4 Australians on this team. We mentioned she's going to enter the WNBA draft in just a few days. Putting on a good performance, she's looking to increase her draft stocks.
I had to go in the bag and reach out to a couple of my friends that played in Australia and just say, who is Shenise Swain? I'm watching this film. Is she as good as what's being displayed on this screen? They were like, she's even better than that. She's feisty. She knows when and where to get the ball up the...
Love to play with a guard like that.
Responsible for the first 4 points of the second half for Team World. We have a 6-point game.
And went on a 7-0 run herself.
Swain now with 14 points. Halgo, that's her first bucket, and she will head back to the free throw line.
Love the stories about players that say, I noticed that I wasn't delivering everything and giving everything to this game that I could. She said she put the extra work in her sophomore season. As you can see, that's a violation in the backcourt for the 8 count, but just seeing how she's been able to just leave everything on the floor, a passion player.
Remember, 24-second shot clock, FIBA rules, wider lane. Team USA has adjusted well. Halgo. And Booker, just a little too strong. Nunu on the boards. Booker back at it. Looked like Fournier got a piece of that, couldn't tell. Take a closer look. The officials say no.
So it's an 8-point ball game, and just with the world too, I don't know if we were able to show it, but we got a little inside scoop from 3D when he took some time with Sue Phillips, and she talked about the adjustments they had to make. She said we have to do a better job on the defensive boards and matching them in transition. So far, I see them doing just that in the second half.
Ooh! Rejection! Donovan, the block, and then the basket.
You can catch her in Cameron Indoor Stadium next year with the Blue Devils, baby. Quick shout out.
We were waiting for you to do it. Waiting for you to do it, Booze.
Somewhere.
Ooh. And one by Pooch. Jaden Donovan real soon.
Somewhere, Kara Lawson is doing just what you're doing, Booze. You're having a bag of popcorn in front of her saying, yeah, I'm excited about next year and what we're able to bring in. I know offensively what you're seeing on this side and how she's able to stretch, but defensively, she's so sound.
And to go with Celeste in that backcourt, I mean, obviously the defensive player of the year, great job bringing this player in right here because it adds to what Kara Lawson's doing over there.
Pooch with the N1, she now has 8 points. Nunu with the range. Pressure, tough to get it inbounds. And a foul on the interior that will go against Booker. And it's hard to deal with Lety Vasconcelos in her 6'7" frame. You can see the difference. She towers over everyone on the floor.
I don't know many other players. I did cover South Carolina with Cardoza at 6'7" as well. I do believe there's a 6'7" in the transfer portal at this point too, but you can't teach size. Like, that's something where if you can develop that type of play. I think what's been most impressive about her, and we've already alluded to it in this quarter, about how she's able to handle the ball, but her vision and where she needs to attack the lane. So her first step is so long and takes up so much space. So getting to the either side of the rim has been impressive.
13 points, 8 rebounds for Forier. Booker hitting the glass. Williams from outside. Vasconcelos with the rebound. Dursis tosses it up. No-go numbers for Team USA. Williams ahead of the pack. Oh! By Pooch.
She's like, yeah, I need to get that on the gram as soon as possible. That was a nice track down.
Booker again. Clank. 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Forier will head to the line and one. Pass to Forier, 15 points and counting. This is the closest it's been since the first quarter.
Chris, her activity is just, she just runs the court, outruns the other team, and gets.
They're being more aggressive, Bruce.
I think so. I mean, they took a page out of the USA's book, and they've been aggressive. My bad, I'm smacking off the popcorn.
I knew this was
Listen,
exciting.
the popcorn in the arena is amazing. But they're doing a great job of attacking the basket, and the referees are rewarding them.
Seal inside, Forier with the block.
Wow. She's been the second half impact player.
And a charge. Williams takes it, and that's exactly what they needed on defense. Momentum changing play.
It was a double in this game. Like, this is a game of runs. Yes, both sides have talent. Who's going to step up and make the winning plays in those possessions? Jada stepped up in that possession.
Big job right there, because it seemed like the world team was getting the momentum. They were getting some buckets, getting to the free throw line. That charge right there, to Chris's point, shifted the momentum and takes it back over to Team USA. Now they're shooting free throws.
Michaela Williams. For those just tuning in, we appreciate you. She will not shoot free throws. She will take it out of bounds. Led the gold medalist team in scoring for U16, U17. And she's going to take a seat. Coming in for her, Jaden Donovan. We've seen some excellent plays from her on both ends of the floor as well.
Oh, you got to get her the ball on the inside. She's battling.
Yeah, so a battle of the bigs. Del Rosario, 6'6", center going to LSU, and battling her inside is Fuku.
You got to get the ball. You got to reward them when they are working that hard to establish a
paint touch before we take an outside shot. So this is part of their game plan, making sure that the bigs get the ball and get some shot attempts.
She knows all the attempts, breaks everything down. Huge on analytics. Probably one of the reasons she's a math teacher as well in her spare time.
Del Rosario gets the mid-range and is off. Yeah, you said that. She said, I graded some algebra test and then came over to do this. That's exactly what she said she was doing.
I love that.
She knows that number at the...
Gibb cashing in. We got ourselves a 2-point game. Has not been that close since the first quarter.
I put by her, scorer in all caps, 2-time state champ. And if you leave her by herself, she'll make you pay.
Ooh, turnover. Team World can tie it up. Fuku inside. Another offensive foul. And it's Jada Williams on the floor. She has saved 2 baskets here in the third quarter by taking charges.
How long does it take for some of these ladies, in the men for this matter, to come from high school and learn the FIBA rules overnight sometimes?
Well, you don't learn them overnight. And again, it's having the program, having them in our pipeline for a number of years that eventually it sticks with them a little bit more.
All right, appreciate you, Jim.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, guys, back over to you.
Great job, 3D, as usual. And Angel, your thoughts on the concept of
And just I mean, the numbers, everything, the trajectory of women's basketball right now, it doesn't even matter that it's this year. The fact is, it is this year. And just the numbers. I've had people texting me and saying, I don't know why I didn't see it before, but the women's game is so much fun. And I was watching more of that than the men's game in the NCAA tournament. And so I'm just trying to figure out like what took them so long. But at the end of the day, we welcome all new fans because this game will continue to get better. These women continue to get better. It's been entertaining for a very long time. So welcome to the party.
7-point game, 3 minutes to go here in the third. Travel violation, that is turnover number 19 for Team World. You got a 7-point game, and those 19 turnovers are critical.
Well, you can't score without the ball.
Halgo. Good finish. That lead back up to 9.
Yep, leads back up to 9.
Nunu inside.
Oh!
I can't with you, Boots.
He's next level.
Giveaway to the
That the #1 player in the country, and Juju Watkins being on the bench. You already mentioned it. We have our own sports breaking news over here with Booz telling us that she wasn't going to be able to be available for tonight's game due to an ankle injury, but I tell you what, she is worth the price of admission.
Absolutely, and Team USA coming in with waves of talent.
Oh! That is the second time she's made Boozer yell with one of her blocks.
Unbelievable, just coming out of nowhere and just protecting the paint that way is beautiful to see.
A fight for the ball. We'll have a jump ball. Check it out again.
I'm going to wait till break or something.
Respect.
KK has made some impressive plays herself. Williams has made 3 threes, does not put it up there.
Booz, how about her balance though? Like when she catches, she's ready.
I love it, and she's ready to attack whatever she can do to help her team win. I like the way she plays basketball.
I'm kind of going back in the tank a little bit, but I've always been very impressed. Oh, Toby had a nice tank and just slept a little short, but comparing Williams almost to like a Kathy Pondex to her frame and how she's able to just get to her spots on the floor. Very strong. I think she's listed as 6'1", can finish, never looks sped up.
Always under control, right?
Yeah.
Williams inside the arc. Gets the shooter's touch.
Right on cue.
We'll talk about it. 13 points now for Michaela Williams.
It's going to be so scary watching LSU for next year, the defending champs.
Forier, the jumper, almost gets it to drop. Final minute of the third quarter. Nunu goes up and can't get the bucket.
Nice find underneath.
The battle of the bigs. Del Rosario, 6'6", wins over the 6'7" future player at Baylor versus the future player at LSU. Pooch from downtown, and it counts.
She can do that. She can definitely do that. I mean, she's balanced.
2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. The crowd getting into this one. 10-point game. Del Rosario, dangerous pass. Hidalgo has to put it up.
There's still time left.
And that's how the third quarter would end. 3 blocks for her alone in the third quarter. She has 4 blocks in the game. Team World has 9 blocks. And that's helped to keep this one close enough and within striking distance.
And mind you, we didn't see a lot of Swain in that third quarter as well. So what does she do in this fourth?
Toby Forier
Carly Clark obviously knows a lot about Fournier and what she can bring. I don't think that was something she wanted. Yeah, that's
she laughed at it.
Probably seen better days there.
That one did hit.
Oh, that's a good start.
So the world team has 12 free throws here in the second half. I point that out because late in the first half they had only taken 3 free throws. Williams finds some space. It's too short. Foul on the glass and it'll go against Pooch. Pressure continues. Halgo with the steal against Fournier. Pump fake and it's rejected. 10 blocks now for Team World.
Fifth block right there, doing a great job. He's protecting the paint, gets back and recovers. Halgo all over the court right now defensively.
Williams, count it up. 4 for 5 from long range.
You think she's the best player in the country? I mean, my goodness.
Fournier with the handles. Swain fires.
She's cooled off a bit. First half, she was unstoppable. Spent an extensive amount of time in the third quarter on the bench. She's going to have to be huge in this fourth quarter.
Williams now leads all scorers with 16 points. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Fournier inside. And she retakes the lead for scoring with 17 points for Team World. 11-point difference in the game.
Did she just like stay in the air for 7 seconds, it felt like, to get that off? I love that. I love it.
Williams on fire. On fire for 6.
Woo. Now you can pass me the popcorn because this is now a show.
She is taking over this game offensively for Team USA. Beautiful to watch.
Halgo on the break, Fournier.
Oh!
And the tip-in. I believe that was Jaden Donovan, and
yes,
we talked about her athleticism and what she brings to the table.
Not only that, as a missed shot of Collins is like, how did that not go down? But that ball was still on the rim, and so that's another FIBA rule that we weren't expecting to see in the women's game, but that counts.
Well, you can touch the ball, there's no goaltender.
18.
And I know we've lost a few, but thank you, because this game has grown because of them.
6 for 7 from long range. The National Player of the Year is Caliente. .22 points for Michaela Williams, and Team USA in full control. This has been impressive. Since this was a 3-point game, Michaela Williams has been lighting it up with
almost every shot that she's taken, especially the second half. Doing a great job of leading Team USA.
But did you see the pass by Shenise Swain? I know that they didn't convert there, but a no-look dish pass on the inside. Those are the type of next-level plays that we were talking about.
Dursis trying to create. Swain with some space. Woo. Knockdown right on cue.
Well, here's the thing. It's the spacing. So, okay, the ball is being brought up in the middle of the floor. Down the lane, you have to know as a point guard that gives you more options. Swain understands that, leaks out, feet down, understanding hand in the face still knocks it down, but she's the type of player that if you're right now a WNBA GM or anybody in the front office, you're licking your chops. Like, how can I have a player like this that is fearless on my roster?
Well, there's Swain at it again, and I see Becky Hammond clapping. So there you go.
You got eyes on Becky somewhere? Wow. Well, there you have it.
Booker off. Del Rosario rejected. Team World Down big with 5 minutes to go, but still pushing the pace. Swain, no. And Forier will head back to the free throw line. She's been struggling there. Three for 8. So 3 for 9 from the charity stripe for Toby Forier. So she has 17 points, but that's a place where clearly she's been struggling.
They call them free throws because they're supposed to be free. No distractions, get in your zone, find a rhythm. Games are won at the free throw line. We saw that in the McDonald's All-American game.
And KK with the offensive foul hits Pooch in the face with her right arm.
Well, KK staying low, trying to get around, but you got to credit Pooch for what she was able to do on that hedge. And as a coach, you want to know that if your post player or forward is going to be in a position where they can guard that screen, they can hedge. And you mentioned it, Booze. She's very versatile, but also her versatility, her lateral movement has been impressive in this game.
Yeah, she is so versatile. She can do many things. Obviously, we saw her block 3 or 4 shots, but also knocking down the 3, causing havoc on the pick and roll right there. Does a great job for her team.
And she'll take a seat as they have to attend her. Looks like her nose. 5 minutes to go. Team USA up by 17. That's turnover number 25 for Team World, and that has been the biggest issue for them. Cunningham trying to get the feed from Booker. Swain comes up with it. Looking inside for Forier. White jerseys all around her.
That might have been a bit egregious. She had a couple of players around her. I like the idea of leading her to the rim, especially the corner of the rim.
Give from the corner. KK with the turnover. Dursis. KK gets the rebound.
So we've seen the pace really slow down for even Team USA. So Phillips seeing more of that execution, that 5 set.
Booker with the fillet.
Great hard drive to the right. Basket was cleared open, and she got the bucket right there.
8 points now for Booker.
Heading to Texas, she said Vic Schaefer was recruiting her since the 8th grade. I don't even know if I can make a layup in the 8th grade.
Swain with the turnover. KK with the crossover.
Oh no, don't do it to her.
And a kick out the shade. Back to KK, off. And Williams inside. Sahara Williams, a stat stuffer type of player, gets rebounds, assists, and of course points.
Headed to Oklahoma, she said she believes she's the most versatile player in her class.
Fournier just nowhere to go, smothered. Williams with the board.
She says she's versatile. I mean, she went sky high to get that rebound. So impacting on both sides of the floor.
Booker, why not? .248 to go, final stretch. Team World with a full substitution. The outcome decided. Coach Phillips coaching KK about some of the turnovers and mistakes, as well as some of the good things she was doing.
Jaden Williams checks back in for Team USA. Her story pretty incredible as well. It's really cool. She was originally supposed to go to UCLA and has since then switched over and said she is going to Arizona. She'll be heading there with her teammate, her high school teammate actually, in Brea. And one of the stories, Booz, that I was sharing with you as another three is knocked down. And the timeout is called. I have to get in the story later with Booz. Can look easy for them to compete with 22 points.
Boozer's sweating more eating popcorn than she is hitting threes.
That's because he almost left this world. One kernel almost got to him.
She's been very, very impressive, guys.
I will say this, with 1:48 to go in this game, Jaden Williams is impressive. Standing out in this one without Juju Watkins.
And I'm happy that she made that shot because I can get back into my story that I was about to talk about before the break, right? So, Booz, just talking about her, she was originally supposed to go to UCLA. Nice move by Pooch. Little Euro step there.
Aussie step for her.
Aussie step, you know, I have to put some respect on the country for sure. But when you're looking at how her journey and who she's been impacted by, she talked about her DMing Kobe Bryant. When she was on a visit to UCLA, he never responded when they picked her up in the car. She drives to a different location. She notices by just being in a different office that that was his office. And he came around the corner. She said that changed her life. They talked for about 2 hours. We have already mentioned and seen.
And so to hear that story, that just speaks to who Kobe was. So to inspire others to be great themselves.
Including Sabrina Ionescu.
Yes, absolutely.
Their connection and seeing the sneakers, even right now, I go, man, it makes me think of Kobe Bryant.
Yes,
in the women's
absolutely.
game, how it's developing. We think of the late, great Kobe Bryant as well.
I'll take it going back to the college level as well. I was able to cover Louisville and Haley Van Lith, who is now in the portal. Where's she going? That'll be breaking news sometime too, but she had a lot of different workouts with Kobe and how he made her work and how she's one of the best players in the nation because of him. So, I mean, the list is long, you know, and we can go down the list for quite some time about the different players that he's been able to impact and help grow.
I tell you what, an impactful player today, Nadia Pooch, in a losing effort here. 16 points, those 4 incredible blocks, and contesting on defense like she did just there, forcing turnovers. I'm really a fan already.
Yeah, and someone has to lose the game, but you have to tip your hat to what the world team was able to step on. She's only shown us what everyone has already known on the global game and in Australia.
Gibb fires. Not shot, or let it fly. We'll get 2 more possessions. Who's your thoughts on the game?
No, just impressed. The women's game is in great hands, guys. We got a lot of talent coming up all over the globe, and excited to see these girls, these women develop, and to see who comes after them. But I'm also excited to watch them at the next level. I mean, they're all going to great programs. They're going to be coached by great coaches, and we'll see some of them in the WNBA very soon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now
Looks like 100-79 will be our final score, but right after this, we get to see the men's side of it, the 25th.
another 100-point game.